Three types of evidence to prove pain and suffering in a personal injury case. Well, in a personal injury case, there's really two kinds of damages. There's economic damages, which can be number crunched to get results. And then there's the non-economic damages like pain and suffering, which are a lot more vague. So the first kind are fairly straightforward to prove. If you want to prove economic damages like medical bills and costs, you can actually get medical records from your providers. You can get the bills from the providers, and the records will show what treatment was necessary due to the accident, and then the bills will show the cost incurred getting treatment for the accident. Pretty straightforward. Loss of earnings is also pretty straightforward. You can use tax records, you can use records from an employer and show this was the earnings before the accident, these are the earnings after the accident, and the difference in the two is the loss due to the accident. So now let's talk about these non-economic damages like pain and suffering. Now, they're a little more complicated because there's not strict numbers applied to them. So what can be used to prove these non-economic damages? Well, one thing that you can use is the same medical records that you use to prove economic damages, because what they contain, if you go through a doctor's record, it'll show the parts of the body that are injured, it'll show pain levels, and it'll have a chronology over time so you can get an idea of what the pain was and how long the pain lasted to come up with an idea for a pain and suffering claim. The second kind of evidence you can use is hiring a psychiatrist or a psychologist, and these experts can provide professional opinions regarding the emotional and psychological impact of the injury and the effect on the patient's overall well-being. And then the third kind of evidence to show pain and suffering, things like that, is a personal diary or a journal, daily records created that will show things like evidence of daily struggles, changes in the daily routines, and how the injuries really impacted a person's life. So these three things together can be used to help prove a claim for non-economic damages, including pain and suffering. So if you have questions about what evidence you should gather to prove these non-economic damages, I would definitely talk to an experienced personal injury lawyer where you are. If you happen to be in Nevada where I practice and have questions, please feel free to click the link below and give me a call or drop me an email.